C, D, E. Okay, 5 orang ni bagi different ideas. Different tak boleh sama. Again, different ideas. You tak boleh idea yang sama. Okay, that's why kita bagi soalan ni 7 hari sebelum di assessment. Okay, so disebabkan 7 hari sebelum assessment, maknanya you and your team members have the opportunity to discuss what are the ideas for each and every person in the group. Okay, so total ada 6 question kita akan bagi. Jadi preparationnya, you all kena meet up and discuss 6 tajuk tu. Lepas tu korang hafal lah korang punya idea untuk setiap tajuk tu. Okay, tapi pada hari kejadian you tak boleh bawa nota. You kena ingat saja. That's why kita bagi preparation 2 minutes. Bagi you ingat balik you punya idea yang you dah bincang dengan group. Okay, so bila dah habis stage 1, madam akan bagi preparation time for 3 minutes to prepare untuk group discussion. Okay, so masa group discussion ni akan ada chairperson. So chairperson, it will be decided on the day of the examination. Okay, chairperson akan decided on the day of the examination. Okay, bukannya before. It has to be on the day of the presentation. Okay, so preparation adalah 3 minit. And then duration of the presentation, duration of you punya meeting ni maksimum adalah 20 minit. Jadi masa stage tu ni macam wet lah. You kena buat discussion. You kena agree, disagree, suggest, apa ni, give suggestion, propose, lagi apa, you kena give reasons kenapa, sebab-sebab kenapa patut, kenapa tak patut. Okay, and at the end of the discussion you have to choose 2 ideas. Okay, so tengok ni, meeting duration adalah 15 hingga 20 minit. Members of the meeting will discuss all ideas from stage 1. So again, masa stage 1 ni, whatever ideas yang you dah propose, you tak boleh tukar masa stage 2. Okay, therefore, everybody kena bentangkan idea yang betul. Jangan you kambing hitamkan salah seorang team member. Apa maksud kambing hitamkan, madam? At the end of the meeting, you kena pilih 2 sahaja. Okay, so janganlah you nak senangkan pemilihan tu, the decision making. You dah siap-siap buat satu tajuk ni, satu idea ni, lari daripada tajuk. Contohnya, you dapat tajuk, apa ni, how to help single mothers in Kuala Terengganu make a living. So, you dah siap-siap, masa stage 1, you bagi idea yang keluar tajuk. You bagi tajuk pasal IT, you bagi tajuk pasal budak sekolah rendah, you bagi tajuk about budak universiti. So, tajuk salah. Okay, you dah bagi idea salah. Kat situ, content you dapat kosong. Masa stage 2 pun you akan dapat kosong. Okay, so everybody masa stage 1, jangan ada kambing hitam. Everybody needs to produce, everybody needs to give an idea which is logical and relevant to the topic given. Okay, so this has happened before. Okay, student nak senangkan perbincangan. Jadi dia siap kambing hitamkan 3 orang kawan dalam grup dia. So that senang nak buat pemilihan nanti. So don't do that. Sebab yang kambing hitam tu markah dia akan kosong. Yang lain dapat markah. So it's unfair for your friends. Alright. Stage 2 group discussion. Members of the meeting will discuss all ideas from stage 1. You can agree, disagree, ask for clarification. Ask for clarification means you don't understand apa kawan you cakap, so you tanya. You tanya, apa maksud you? So ada cara nak cakap, asking for clarification. Okay, reaffirm your own points. Reaffirm maksudnya you cerita balik you punya own ideas. And then using the language notes learned earlier. Okay, so dalam assessment ni kita nak dengar bahasa yang digunakan dalam discussion. Okay, it has to be formal, tak boleh informal. Even though you're talking to your friends, it has to be formal. So kena berlakon sikit kat sini. Now, do not repeat the same exact points from stage 1, but elaborate and reinforce the ideas. So, maksudnya, you jangan cerita balik bulat-bulat daripada stage 1. Bila masuk stage 2, you kena paraphrasekan sikit ayat dia. Okay, it's still about the same idea, tapi ayat lain, lepas tu you tambah example, you tambah elaboration sikit, you reinforce. Reinforce maksudnya you perkukuhkan idea you lagi. And conclude the discussion by reaching a consensus based on the question. Okay, yang ini student selalu lupa. Sebabnya they are so focused on the language, dia orang lupa untuk capai kata putus. When they forget to to decide on a decision, semua orang punya markah akan terkesan. You cannot get full marks kalau macam tu. Right? So far, anything you don't understand about the instruction? Yang ini ada dekat pembelajaran. Okay, please visit our pembelajaran. Okay, next one. You akan nampak dekat sini banyak contoh-contoh meeting. Okay, so this is a language note. When attending a meeting, macam mana nak cakap? How to chair a meeting? Macam mana you nak jadi chairperson untuk a meeting? Okay, so you have to listen to these recordings, these videos to understand the language structure. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, yang ini adalah contoh mock meeting daripada you punya super duper seniors. Dia orang ni dah graduate, dah kahwin, dah beranak apa semua, dah siap kerja berapa tahun dah ni. Okay. And then ini adalah contoh lagi apa language untuk making a decision. Then how to participate in a discussion. Macam mana you nak participate. Okay guys, dalam meeting kalau hanya seorang sahaja banyak bercakap and orang ni kerja dia cucuk-cucuk kawan dia. Cucuk ni apa maksud madam? Cucuk contohnya chairperson kan, dia nampak kawan-kawan dia banyak senyap. Oh, okay Ali, what do you think about Ahmad's idea? Okay, thank you Ahmad. Okay, Ahmad, can you elaborate further about your ideas? Yang itu contoh cucuk-cucuk. If you aim to get high marks for your mock meeting, semua orang kena actively participate in the discussion. Tak perlu tunggu chairperson untuk cucuk-cucuk. Okay? So, bila you rasa nak cantas somebody cakap, sila cantas. Tapi kena pakai ayat tertentu. You don't simply cantas. Okay? So, kena beradab when you are doing discussion. Even though you disagree, even though you nak you nak interrupt, you kena interrupt, you nak disagree dengan cara yang betul. Okay? Don't simply masuk je. Alright. So, participating in meeting ada dua B1, B2. Okay. Lepas tu apa lagi? Office meeting conversation in English. Useful phrases for business English. Alright. Ini useful phrases for group discussion. Number 1, asking for opinion. Number 2, asking for explanation. Number 3, giving your opinion. Number 4, giving explanation. Number 5, agreeing with an opinion. Number 6, qualified agreement. Okay. 7, polite disagreement. Making a complaint. Strong disagreement. Okay. So, ini contoh dia. Ini contoh soalan. Okay. So, semua soalan berbentuk macam ni. This is the format, guys. Okay. So, setiap set soalan tu, dia very colourful. So, altogether there are 6 sets. Yang mana you will only know which set you'll be getting on the day of the presentation. Jadi, katakanlah you team ketiga, team 1, team 2 punya idea, tajuk, kita dah keluarkan siap-siap. Okay, tak boleh repeat the same tajuk. Sebabnya kita ada 6 tajuk. Okay, so ini contohnya. English, mock meeting, is yalah 25%, 20% the content, 5% is your confidence. Okay, so Instruction. You are the director of a community social responsibility project in your company. So, nampak tak? Semua soalan adalah masa you dah kerja. You are no longer acting as a student. Semua soalan, enam soalan, you are acting as a person who is working. Okay, you are no longer university students. Your company has decided to conduct a community work project called Food Bank Kita. So, mana tadi? Ikmal, apa you punya role in this mock meeting? What is your role? Apa jawatan you for this mock meeting? Khairul, what is your role in this meeting? One, what is your duty in this company? Apa role you? Apa jawatan you kena pegang? One, yes, you are the director for CSR, correct. Okay, jadi dia sama macam email. Alright, bila you apa ni tulis, bila you cakap, you ada sandang satu role, you kena sandang satu position. So you have to understand from the instruction. Okay, so you are the director for CSR project in your company. Your company has decided to conduct a community work project called Food Bank Kita. So nama pun Food Bank. That means satu cara untuk kumpulkan makanan untuk diberikan kepada those who are less fortunate. Okay, so this project aims to help the less fortunate and bring the community together. The details of the program. So kita dah bagi details of the program Saturday, berapa hari bulan, dari jam berapa sampai jam berapa, dekat mana, budget. This is very important. Okay, you have to look at the budget. Okay, so at the end of the discussion, you kena pilih 3 aktiviti. Maksudnya RM5,000 ni you kena bahagi 3. So walaupun ada 6 orang dekat dalam you punya team, you kena fikirkan bajet untuk aktiviti you RM5,000 bahagi 3. So 5,000 bahagi 3 equals to, okay, satu group 1,700 ataupun 1,600 maksimum. Okay, so Ali 1,600, Abu 1,600, Ahmad 1,600, apa ni, Aisyah 1,600, Siti 1,600. Okay, so when you are talking about your idea, you have to tell people, okay, hi, my name is Aisyah. I suggest an activity called ABC. And I propose to use about RM1,600 for my activity, where I am going to buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Okay, from this 1,600. That's all from me. Thank you very much. Stage 1. Bila stage 2, you kena justify, you kena bagi sebab. Kenapa you nak guna 1,600? 1,600 ni gunanya untuk apa? Okay, so you kata you nak beli barang. Lepas tu, you kena justify kenapa you nak beli barang? Kenapa you tak nak bagi servis? Okay. Kenapa you nak sewa tempat? Tak boleh ke pakai company punya building? Okay. So, bila you bagi you punya idea, you have to incorporate berapa bajet you akan guna. Okay, and then tengok, target participant adalah 200 local people. Okay, those who are less unfortunate. Less unfortunate maksudnya tak kaya lah. Okay, golongan B40 ke bawah ataupun langsung tak ada golongan ni. Golongan gelandangan ke katakan. Alright. Therefore, your committee has to propose a few suitable activities to be conducted during the project. Madam, saya tak faham. Kenapa kena bahagi 3, madam, sedangkan kita orang 6 orang? Sebab at the end of the discussion, you guys have to choose 3 best activities untuk program food bank kita. Okey. Jadi everybody kena harga 5,000 bahagi 3. Alright. Madam, kalau saya terus saja saya nak buat 5,000 tak boleh. Sebab apa? Decisionnya ialah kena choose 3 activities. Kalau daripada awal lagi you dah pilih, you dah cakap untuk program saya nak guna 100% RM5,000, maksudnya ada satu aktiviti je lah dalam program ni, which goes against the instruction. Okay. So instruction kata 3 aktiviti, jadi 5,000 bahagi 3. Alright. Um, so stage 1, preparation. No, preparation 2 minit je. Presentation time, maximum 3 minit. So, stage 1 senang saja. Tell me your name. Assalamualaikum. My name is Halimah. Then tell me the proposed activity, dan berapa bajet you nak bagi, you nak gunakan. Yang lain, masa stage 1, jangan buat tak dengar kawan you cakap. You have to write down ataupun maybe you dah prepare sebelum tu kan. You kena ingat setiap seorang punya idea. Sebab apa, madam? Sebabnya masa dalam stage tu, waktu ni lah you kena bergaduh, you kena agree. Sebabnya you kena at the end of the discussion, you kena choose 3 activities. Okay. So, stage 1, each member must suggest one feasible and relevant activity. Ni madam cakap. You jangan kambing hitamkan diri you sendiri. Jangan kambing hitamkan kawan you. You punya aktiviti mesti relevan dengan topik. So, topik is about food bank untuk golongan yang tidak berkemampuan. So, you kena carilah idea pasal aktiviti yang bersesuaian dengan program food bank. Okay, kita tahu ni program amal, charity program. Okay, you nak kumpul dana ke, you nak buat konsert ke, you nak apa ni, bekerjasama dengan kerajaan untuk cari penempatan sementara dengan kerja sementara ke untuk diorang. Apa lagi you boleh bantu diorang? You nak bagi apa ni, nak beli baju raya untuk diorang, nak beli barang persekolahan untuk diorang, you nak bagi apa ni, pekerjaan untuk diorang. What? You have to think. So, um, kalau madam suka yang secara logiknya lah kan. Secara logiknya you have to teach a person to fish. Jangan bagi dia fish. Because if you keep on giving fish to that person, dia tak akan berusaha untuk berjaya. Dia akan sentiasa mengharap daripada you. So it's better to teach them to fish rather than giving them fish every day. Okay? Ajar dia orang macam mana nak earn money. Okay, tapi bukan salah kalau you kata you nak derma makanan. Tak salah pun. At the end of the day, at the end of the discussion, you and your team members have to decide on 3 best activities for the program called Food Bank kita. Okay? Tu soalan yang pertama. Alright. So, nampak tak kat sini? Who is the chairperson? Kita tak decide lagi. So, on the day of the presentation ni, masa mock meeting ni, barulah kita akan decide who will be the chairperson. Okay, so normally madam akan pakai this one. Okay, I will include names here. Lepas tu, madam tekan click to spin. Okay, click. Okay, so Naveen will be the chairperson. Okay, lagi satu will ni madam akan buat tajuk. So there are 6 tajuk. So apa ni, based on the wheel of fortune ni, you akan dapat lah the tajuk for your mock meeting task. Madam takkan pilihkan for you. Alright, this thing, the wheel of fortune yang akan pilihkan for you. Mana tadi pergi? Dah hilang dah. Ya, saya. Of course, it is a group activity, 5 to 6 people. Madam yang akan tentukan apa ni, your group members. Okay. So another one is Okay, again guys, all the questions are readily available in e-pembelajaran. Tinggal you rajin atau tidak sahaja untuk tengok and download the questions. Alright, so this one is the second question. You are a member of the ethics. So a member bukannya director ke program director ke tak. You are a member of the Ethics and Technology Club in your university. Your club has decided to organize a community awareness campaign titled AI for Good, Combating Misuse in the Digital Era. The objective of this campaign maksudnya campaign. What is the meaning of campaign? Tindakan atau usaha yang dirancang untuk mempengaruhi pendapat umum. So you are trying to influence the thinking, the behavior of the public supaya menyokong atau menentang sesuatu dasar. So you kena buat activities yang mana activities to educate high school students about the responsible use of AI and raise awareness of the potential misuse of this technology. So you kena bagi kesedaran. When you say educate, it's the same thing as awareness. You nak bagi kesedaran, you nak bagi pengajaran, you nak bagi pendidikan kepada siapa target you? High school students. Right? Korang jangan debor Soalan ni, keenam-enam soalan ni, madam akan bagi 7 hari sebelum di exam date. So, katakanlah you guys satu kelas nak buat mock meeting starting next week. So, this week madam dah reveal, madam akan bagi the question dekat dalam kita punya Telegram group. So, you and your team members, you kena brainstorm untuk keenam-enam idea. Keenam-enam tajuk. Okay, so tajuk A, everybody 6 orang dah ada your own ideas. You dah brainstorm, you pakai ChatGPT ke, ataupun you fikir sendiri ke, you Google ke, you buat research ke, apa semua, silakan. Okay, setiap tajuk, semua orang dah kena ada you punya own idea, budget, kena ada reasons, kena ada description of the activity, because benda tu yang you akan cerita dekat dalam stage tu. Okay. Jadi sepatutnya pada hari kejadian, everybody is prepared for all 6 questions. Everybody should have an idea for all 6 questions. Jadi, tinggal nak tahu sahaja tajuk apa you dapat and who is going to be the chairperson pada hari kejadian. Okay, so chairperson ni dia ada a different language. Okay, compared to ahli biasa. Alright. So, chairperson walaupun dia pakai a different language tapi harga markah dia sama je dengan other participants. Okay. Chairperson dia pegang role yang sangat penting yang mana dia menggerakkan the discussion and dia juga yang akan putuskan the decision. Okay, so madam nak tengok the language that you are going to use during the discussion. Alright, so language tu kita akan belajar. Alright, madam pakaian macam mana? Pakaian can be formal ataupun casual, no problem. Janji jangan pakai jeans, seluar koyak, seluar pendek, baju ketat, baju jarang, comot, tak mandi, pakai slipper, tak boleh. Okay, so maksudnya kalau formal, formal lah macam you nak pergi interview. Kalau you nak smart casual, maksudnya pakaian you pergi ke kelas. Kelas EOP lah. Kalau kelas EOP, madam tak suka you all pakai slipper. Okay. So, pakai as if you are going for interview ataupun pakai pakaian yang you selalu pergi kelas EOP. I know for other classes you pakai slipper sahaja. Seluar seluar tak basuh ataupun seluar koyak, baju ketat, skirt ketat and what not. So, untuk kelas EOP, you tahu dah baju-baju macam mana yang madam tak berapa suka sangat. So, wear those kinds of clothes for this mock meeting. Okey? Boleh jadi formal, boleh jadi smart casual. Okey? Now, so ini soalan dia, dia kata objective of this campaign ialah untuk bagi kesedaran dan pengajaran kepada pelajar sekolah menengah on how to use AI responsibly and situasi-situasi di mana AI akan disalahgunakan. Misuse ni maksudnya salah guna, potential misuse of the technology. Okay, so what kind of activities you can do untuk awareness and education? So you can buat poster, pertandingan poster, you boleh bagi talk, you boleh bagi tunjuk video, you boleh buat quiz, you boleh buat sukaneka tapi you masukkan elemen-elemen AI ni. Apa lagi? You boleh bagi pamphlet, you boleh bagi kursus, you boleh bagi bengkel 2-3 hari. You boleh, buat, road tour. Road tour ni maksudnya pergi daripada satu sekolah kepada satu sekolah. Instead of you jemput 10 sekolah pergi satu tempat, you boleh buat road tour nak pergi daripada satu tempat, daripada satu sekolah kepada satu sekolah, for example. So bajetnya adalah 2,500. At the end of the apa ni meeting, you have to decide on 2 activities. Maksudnya 2,500 divided by 2, 1,700, is it? 1,250 per team. So kalau ada 6 team, 6 orang, 6 different ideas, your budget should not exceed 1,250. Kalau less boleh madam, less is good. Tapi in the real world, kalau you guna bajet kurang, lepas daripada ni management tak akan bagi bajet yang lebih daripada ni. So katakanlah, these 2 activities, you nak pakai 2,000 sahaja, sedangkan bajet allocated ialah 2,500. Next year, company nak suruh you buat program sekali lagi, dia bagi you 2,000 sahaja. Okay, so it's best you utilize every penny given. Okay, so kalau dah 2,500 divided by 2, 1,250, buatlah program sebanyak 1,250. Just do not exceed. Okay, so sebolehnya jangan kurang daripada bajet. Sebab takut next year takkan dapat bajet yang sama. Okay, so the details of the program yang ini, time dia 10 sampai 4 PM dekat mana? 120 high school student. Now, target audience is also important, guys. Kalau kata budak sekolah rendah, kau ingat buat ceramah, diorang nak dengar ke? Bising adalah. So, ceramah, nak bagi talk, nak bagi apa ni, lesson, semua tak berguna kalau untuk budak sekolah. It's best you buat aktiviti yang banyak bergerak. Kalau high school student ni, diorang dah ada ego sikit. Kadang-kadang diorang rasa malu nak gerak-gerak. So, kalau you nak includekan gerak-gerak, buat sukaneka. Sukaneka boleh. Sukaneka ni sesuai untuk adults, young adults dengan children. Ada gerak-gerak dan kurang malu. And then sukaneka tu sebab budak teenagers ni dah ada ego, diorang dah ada malu diorang ni, buat dalam berkumpulan instead of sorang-sorang. So kalau you kata nak buat public speaking contest, mungkin kurang bersesuaian untuk high school students. Sebabnya kita takut dia jadi malu. Okay, unless you memang pilih budak pandai sahaja. Okay, contohnya debate lah kan. Of course lah, debate punya competition, cikgu sudah pilih budak yang pandai. So, tak di isu pasal malu. Kalau you buat debate competition for the whole school, potensi untuk orang tak menyertai is very high. So, that's how you think about the best idea untuk the program. You kena tengok budget dan you kena tengok target audience, and you also have to look at the location. So, kat Sungai Petani Kedah, Sekolah Menengah Bistari Sungai Petani Kedah, you kena tengok internet kat sana okey tak? So, if you're proposing to do all activities online, you have to think about the Wi-Fi connection? Do they have apa ni, computers? Do they have their own phones? So kalau tak ada macam mana madam? Dah lah tajuk pasal AI. So maybe you kena buat dekat computer lab. Ataupun you kena collaborate dengan company yang supply komputer. Ataupun collaborate dengan Samsung ke, ataupun collaborate dengan kerajaan negeri ke, untuk pinjamkan tablet, untuk pinjamkan komputer, ataupun buat dekat kerajaan negeri punya dewan ke. Pinjam dia orang punya komputer, calculators pula, dia orang punya tablets et cetera. Okay. So you can suggest. Okay, so when you give your proposed idea, you have to look at the details of the program. Okay, you have to think apa sesuai dengan the audience, apa sesuai dengan budget given, apa sesuai dengan the location. Right? Faham tak ni? You all faham tak? Ada question tak? Faham saja. Kejap lagi bila buat mock meeting, ada je salahnya. Okay, so let's have a look at the rubrics. Okay, rubrics ni apa, madam? Rubrics is how alah kecil. Rubrics means how I am going to grade, how I am going to give you marks for your mock meeting performance nanti. Alhamdulillah, ya Allah, banyak angin. No, tak aci, tak aci. Mana mock job interview, confidence mock meeting. Okay. Rubrikasi control F meeting. Lambat. Okay, meeting. So, mana rubrics? Rubrics. Speaking exercise. Oh, tak ada. Kok mengapa enggak ada dong? Assessment enggak ada dong. Source. Expressions. Duh, di mana kok? Where did I put it? Dekat. Sana, medium cari balik. So, sementara tu, you all tengok ni dulu.
First of all, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the committee and also my secretary. There should be another member, which is Mr. Nizam, but I'm afraid he cannot be with us today because he has to attend a meeting in Nizam. Well, the purpose of our meeting today to discuss about our project, which is School to University. Before we start, I will pass to my secretary to brief about our last meeting.
Okay, before we start our meeting, I would like to go through of our last meeting, which was held on December. Has everyone read the last meeting, meeting? Is there any mistake in minute report?
It's me, Polita Isika. Can I have a word?
Yeah, sure.
I think there are an error in my spelling of my name. Can you edit my name letter in the minute meeting?
Okay, sorry for that slight mistake. I will edit the minute report before published to our website. Is there any problem? Okay, so if there is no any problem, so I propose that the minute of the meeting be accepted.
Alright, let's move to item 2 on our agenda today. Meteorizing insufficient fund is one of the main issues that arise around this project. Does everyone have any suggestion to this issue?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, since we have a funding problem, I suggest that we ask GMB to provide financial support since we have a collaboration with UMT, so by doing this project together, it's not just us receiving all the credit, but they also will receive a big portion of it. So it is fair that we ask some of the project fund from them.
This is a brilliant idea. I also have another suggestion, which is we can ask for sponsorship from outside party. By contributing to the project, they can promote their company names, brands, and among the students and the local residents. Aside from that, the student also can have a real life situation on our current market industry.
Oh yeah, by doing this, I think our project will have enough budget to be used. So we can conclude that the budget issue can be solved by asking the fund from UNT and also outside sponsorship. Let's move to the next agenda. The second issue of this project is the activity less interest for the students nowadays. People who is just for tentative, Mr. Cairo. Mr. Cairo, can you bring on that?
Okay, thank you. We will start program in a minute, which is we will start with a talk by Dr. Sherman, lecturer of accounting in UMP, on topic tips to survive in university and continue the forum with industry people. Lastly, we will proceed with the shared moment by associate student on topic time management at university.
Okay, I disagree with the emphasis of the program. This is because it's quite hard for the students to have a talk for the whole day. Based on my experience, the students more interested to practical activities such as ice breaking, exploration, and in-group activity. So I propose that we should include the practical activity in this program. That is a good idea, but I want to add some suggestion, which is we should provide gift and certificate to the participant of the program, so the student will feel more motivated. It's a common saying for students to be motivated when the prize to win or the reward prepared for them.
Yes, I agree with Ms. Ika and Hante's suggestion. In my opinion, this activity will attract the interest of the school and the student to come to this program. This is because the student they prefer more learn beyond the class method. This method also has better and fun for the student because it's more closer to the student and more interacted with each other.
So, Mr. Cairo, I hope you can take consideration on this. Then I hope you can make an adjustment for our tentative. Alright, Mr. Cairo, may I know who is the speaker on our program today?
Oh, I'm sorry for the information. Okay, for the industry people, we have Mr. Dialisa from financing company at Kuala Terengganu. He is the manager of HP company. And for the sharing moment, we have choose Mr. Faisal Irfan, the associate student, for the talk.
I disagree on speaker suggestion from industry. I would like to suggest Mr. Izwan from Saluki firm. The company also made the collaboration with University National Terengganu to set up teaching accounting firm to expose the real challenging and real situation to the company, to the accounting student.
I agree with the speaker suggestion, but we do have 3 slots for the talk. So I suggest that we invite one more person to give a talk. I suggest that we invite an Insta famous, Caprice, to give the last one. As we know, students are more familiar with an Insta famous. Caprice also has more than 600,000 as his followers in Instagram. He also often gives motivational talk through his Instagram stories, and he's quite updated with the latest trend and issues happening in Malaysia.
Brilliant. I agree with both of you, Ms. Hatin and Mr. Amirul, because we all know that Mr. Izwan has a lot of experience in accounting career. If I'm not mistaken, before he joined to the studying consultant, he has worked as auditor in PwC company, which is, we know that PwC is one of the biggest company in Malaysia. So, by inviting Mr. Izwan and also Caprice, we can allocate the fund for the Mr. Diaudin for Caprice. So, it will minimize our expense for the speaker. Alright, Is there anything else to share? I suggest we around the table, starting with Mr. Khairul.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As in charge person in this program, I want to update about the participant. Okay, for now the participant, it is impressive from the school because we got many participants from Sekolah Kebahasaan Gong Badak, Sekolah Kebahasaan Amagama Telipok, Sekolah Kebahasaan Bukit Tunggal, and Sekolah Menengah Sains Kuala Terengganu.
That's good because we need more participants. We need lots of participants to join our program because we want to give benefits to others, especially for students outside. Alright, next to Mr. Amirul, Mr. Amirul.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I must say I'm quite impressed with the project. This project surely will give a great impact not just to the company reputation or model local, but also to the student themselves. This is very important to the student to know the situation that our industry is demanding and what is the situation in our industry today, such as how many accountants that is needed in the next few years and what is the industry is demanding to the student to be.
That's true, Mr. Amirul. I believe that our program will give a big impact for all of the parties involved, especially our participants, which is school students. So, Mr. Shamir, do you have anything to add?
I just want to update about the progress of this project. For the facilitator, we involve the college student from School of Maritime and Business Management, which in total of 20 students that we choose by the interview last night. Next, PMT has also agreed with us to sponsor the transportation to fetch the student from their school during that day. It will reduce the cost of the program, which is the highest and expenses models of the cost.
That's good. It will save our expense for the transportation and also will save our time to fetch the student at their school. But we have to allocate some committees at the place, the bus waiting for the student, because we have to handle the student before they enter to the bus. Alright, I think we have done for today's meeting. So, Ms. Ika, can you please conclude what we have discussed today?
Okay, before we close the meeting today, I would like to recap what we have discussed today, which is the first one, we discussed about the fund that needed for the project. Second one is the integrity of the project, and also the third one, we discussed about the suggestion for the program. And also we talked about the progress of the program. All the problems of the program that we discussed and already been solved today. So I think that's all for today.
Alright, I hope everyone paid attention in today's meeting. Alright, let's bring the meeting to a close for today. Can we schedule the next meeting, please?
Yeah, sure. It will be scheduled a month from now, on June 17, 2019. Time and venue will be informed later.
Listen, thank you for your attendance. I declare the meeting closed.
Thank you.
Okay, mana madam? Where am I? Madam, suara ada tidak ni? You guys dengar tak ni? Hello?
Dengar, madam.
Okay, so itu contoh and you can readily find it in our e-pembelajaran. It was recorded in 2019 sebagai exercise. Okay, so the total taken for them to do the meeting was 10 to 12 minutes. Alright, and even though they read their notes, that should not be done in our mock meeting later on. So, macam mana kita nak buat kita punya mock meeting? You are not going to record videos like this. This is just a sample mock meeting. Okay, for our mock meeting task assessment, you have to meet me up. Okay, so kita akan meet up kat dalam kelas ke ataupun you come to my room ke. Alright, and we are going to conduct the mock meeting. Alright, therefore you have to come prepared. And everybody tak perlu datang sekaligus. So I will be assigning, katakanlah kelas 2 jam, like today, there will be 3 teams. Okay, the other teams, kita akan assign a different time for you to come. Macam tu. Tak boleh sekaligus because akan jadi bising and people doing the task will be distracted. Okay, you akan rasa conscious apa benda lah tu semua. So it's not a good way to do the assessment. Okay. Yang ini sebagai contoh. So have a look nanti. If you are unsure macam mana dia orang conduct, what you can do ialah you can go to the YouTube video and click more and show transcript. You akan nampak transcript dia dekat sini. Right, so just copy and paste and then go through them. Okay, dia ni AI ni dia ada yang perkataan pelik kat situ, but it's okay. You just tengok macam mana the flow of dia orang punya discussion. You won't know siapa yang cakap semua, but you can just click je lah mana yang you can see siapa yang bercakap 9 minit 32 saat ni.
This is the
Ada Mr. Chekhov kan. So at least you tengok macam mana the flow of dia punya discussion. And it's very formal. This is what I aim to see in your performance later on. Okay, dalam punya assessment tu nanti. Okay. So if you go to our group, you will see I've given you the cognitive practice 2 and 1 as well as the rubrics. So what is rubrics? Okay. So this is how I am going to grade your performance, the way you speak during the meeting. So content is 20 marks. Content yang ada isi kandungannya adalah you menepati atau tidak ada instruction. Instruction kata you kena discuss about this. You discuss about the topic, about the thing, right? So yang harga dia 20 markah. So stage 1 is individual, okay, whereby you have to present individually. Hi, my name is Halimah. For this program, I suggest to do an activity called ABCD. This activity will cost about 1,250 ringgit and duration is about 2 hours. That's all from me. Thank you. Go. So stage 1, in order for you to get 9 marks, the activity is relevant, very relevant, sangat banyak soalan. Feasible means doable, boleh buat, and interesting. The activity proposed includes at least 3 relevant information. Maksudnya masa you present stage 1, ada 3 maklumat iaitu for example, place, duration, dates, the cost, how many per the quantity, duration berapa jam, 2 jam. Place maksudnya tak payah lah kan, maksudnya it's already listed in the instruction, but yes, I mention it with clear elaboration. So dapat 9 sampai 10, you kena refer to the rubrics. Now stage 2, in order for you to get 9, 10, tengok this one. So stage 2 adalah during discussion. Ingat stage 1 is there's no discussion. You just have to tell your name, what is your proposed activity, and very relevant information. Okay, tak agree semua yang adalah stage 2. Okay. So dalam stage 2, in order to get individually ni, okay, individual marks ni, stage 2 adalah discussion. However, marks must be awarded individually. So opposing and supporting arguments must present are very convincing with strong and eloquent examples and elaboration. Okay, you can hold your own opinion. Okay. Hold opinion maksudnya katakanlah somebody disagree with you kan. I disagree with your idea one because it's time consuming. It's not not feasible for the target audience, it's too expensive ataupun apa ni, lagi it's not interesting. So when you disagree with somebody, you have to give reason. Okay, I disagree with your idea one. Reason tak boleh. And you won't be getting 9 out of 10. Okay, kalau you kata I disagree with one, so no election, mana-mana tu. No examples and elaboration. So maksudnya maximum 4 markah. Family presented with limited. Okay, ini 5 sampai 6 masih ada examples and elaboration. Kalau langsung tak ada examples and elaboration, maksudnya markah paling tinggi yang boleh bagi adalah 4. Right? So can hold his or her own opinion of complex issue. Maksudnya katakanlah Khairul disagree dengan you punya idea, lepas tu dia bagi dia punya reason. So one boleh bukan kata oh you ke Khairul, okay I tak payah buat lah idea I. Boleh lah. You still kena stand with your idea. You can say that I see your point of view, Khairul. However, I still think my idea is feasible because itu maksud can put his or her own opinion. Okay, so maksudnya you jangan terus mengalah lah. Argue sikit ke, okay lah, fine lah, itu kata kau Khairul, tapi sebenarnya pada aku punya program ni okay je. Sebabnya nak buat lah, something like that, along that line. Okay, jangan terus mengalah. You terus kata, okay, thank you for your opinion, thank you for your feedback, Khairul. However, I think my idea is still okay for this program because 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 10 example. Okay. Lepas tu putting an articulate and persuasive argument. Inilah. So one kata idea one masih okay lagi sebab apa? So when you bagi you punya argument why your activity is still okay, that is what you call as persuasive argument. Khairul dan tadi pun bila dia bagi sebab musabak kenapa Wan punya idea tak bagus, it is also a form of persuasive argument. Okay. At no disadvantage ni maksudnya you tidak memalukan the other person. So Khairul bila dia kata dia disagree dengan Wan punya idea, dia tak memalukan Khairul, dia tak merendah-rendahkan idea Khairul. So contoh merendah-rendah idea Khairul ni macam Trump dia suka, Presiden Donald Trump US, dia suka attack physically, dia suka attack otak manusia. Okay, dia kata orang bodoh, dia kata orang ni physically not attractive. Macam itulah dia personal attacks. Jadi bila personal attacks, it can be a disadvantage to the opposition. Disadvantage maksudnya memalukan orang tersebut. Jadi kalau you nak argue, make sure it's about the idea, not about the physical, the looks, the thinking of that other person. Alright, itu maksud disadvantage of the other participant. Okay, so if you manage to do all this, insyaAllah you can get 9 out of 10. Kalau tak berjaya, then makin rendah. Okay, so when you do your practice with team members, you have to look at the rubrics. Okay, look at the rubrics and try to give marks to each other. Okay, aku rasa kau punya argument tadi tak berapa bagus. Kalau ikut rubrics ni, kau macam kurang sangat bagi kau punya idea. Mana tadi? Kau punya idea limited examples. Aku macam tak nampak sangat kau punya idea. So aku rasa kau kena tambah lagi. Kalau tidak, kau akan dapat markah maksimum 6 kalau ikut rubrics ni. Something along that line. Okay, so rubrics given to you, not only it will tell you how I am going to give you marks, it can also help you practice with your team members. Okay, so when you practice, have a look at the rubrics. Next, birunya apa ke benda ni, madam? Biru is fluency. Fluency maksudnya tak tergagak-gagak. So 9 to 10, you can express yourself fluently, spontaneously, almost effortlessly. So you can get this sebenarnya. Anybody can get this provided you practice before going for the assessment, before doing the assessment. Remember, I will be giving you the questions 7 days before the mock meeting assessment, which we haven't decided yet. Bila you nak buat this mock meeting? Okay. Next week cantik lah. Sebab end of this week, you akan buat the quiz. So next week, we can focus on mock meeting assessment. Okay. So, if you practice a lot, insyaAllah you can be fluent. You can talk about difficult subject. Okay, only a conceptually difficult subject can hinder. Okay, so basically maksud dia kat sini, you boleh cakap pasal apa-apa tajuk pun. Alright, apa-apa tajuk, macam mana tu madam? Kan madam akan bagi 6 different topics. So basically you can talk about all the topics because you have prepared well with your teammates. Okay, you can deal with hostile questioning. So katakanlah Khairul dengan Wan saja nak buat drama. So, are you sure, Wan, you want to do that? Are you sure you can do that? I don't think you have the capacity. I don't think you have the experience of doing that. So, Khairul duk badger. Khairul asyik duk tanya macam-macam. Okay? So, it can create hostile situation. Hostile ni maksudnya it's like kira it's a negative environment lah. Okay, confrontational, aggressive. Gitu. So kalau you all nak berlakon sila je, no problem madam. Okay, jangan over sangat. Mana soalan tadi? Okay. So one can deal with Khairul's constant questions. Okay, so kalau mereka yang yang rasa tak yakin, dia akan rasa susah lah bila asyik dapat soalan yang macam tu bertalu-talu. Okay, so can deal with hostile questioning confidently, hold on to the turn and diplomatically rebut counter arguments. Okay, hold on to the turn ni maksudnya you boleh lah nak turn taking. Turn taking ni maksudnya bukan you seorang je asyik nak bercakap. Bila ada orang mencelah, you tak bagi. So, Khairul kata, excuse me Wan, may I interrupt? No, I'm still talking here. Okay? So, jangan buat macam tu. In real life, when people want to interrupt, you have to allow them. Okay? Even though dia kacau you punya flow of presentation, you have to allow them. Okay. In debate, yes. You boleh kata, tak nak aku tengah cakap sini. I'll answer your questions later. Debate boleh, but not in discussion. Okay. So, you boleh hold to the turn taking. Jadi, kalau orang nak interject, silakan. Lepas tu, you sambung balik apa yang you cakap tadi. So, I was saying just now, so you repeat apa you punya cakap tadi. And then diplomatically rebut ni maksudnya you tak emotional, you are professional. Diplomatic, you masih jaga lagi perasaan orang lain. So contoh tadi Donald Trump, dia tak diplomatic walaupun dia the president of a country. Dia tak diplomatic, dia memang tak pandai human communication. Dia pandai batu punya communication. Okay, so diplomatically rebut. Rebut maksudnya lawan, counter argument. So yang tu 9 sampai 10. So this is kind of quite difficult to achieve sebenarnya unless 9, 10 pula, 17 sampai 20. This is kind of difficult to achieve unless you have been speaking in English for a long time. Okay, so normally 17 to 20 full marks. This can be awarded to those who can speak the language fluently. Okay, and this can only happen to people who speaks outside the classroom. So if you're the type who only speaks English inside the classroom, I would say maximum is 16 marks. Okay, you can communicate, but it's not that fluent. Okay, you cannot hold your turn, you cannot be diplomatic, you cannot be you cannot talk during hostile situations. Okay, next one, the green one is about vocab and formal discussion context. So you have to use the language that is supposed to be used in discussion. Okay, mana nak tengok language for discussion ni? You can go to e-pembelajaran, you can see here. And you can also listen to the videos. Okay, phrases for group discussion. So ada sampai 10 phrases. And there are more in the textbook actually. Okay. Next. Grammar as usual lah, grammar. So nak dapat 17 ke 20, variety of complex structure, high degree of grammatical accuracy, errors are rare and difficult to spot. So normally, even for me lah pun, I don't think I can achieve 20. Okay. This is for people who speak in English at all times. Okay, so the language comes to him or her naturally. So normally for us, maximum 16 lah. But of course, you can achieve 17 to 20 if you practice well, if you practice every day. Okay, CLO3, which is 5%. Alright, so tadi 20 marks. Daripada 20 marks, I'm going to take... ya ke 20 marks? Content adalah 20. Language adalah 60. So, apa ni, untuk CLO2 mock meeting, harga dia 20%, which we are going to take from 80 marks. 80 adalah the raw marks. 20 campur 60, 80 markah. Okay, itu dari segi content. Content dengan language. So, language kita tengok you punya fluency, the vocabulary ataupun the discussion phrases and also the grammar. Lepas tu, during mock meeting also, I am going to look into your self-confidence. So, self-confidence harga dia 5%. So, what constitutes self-confidence? Participation, active participation. So, when you only rely on the chairperson untuk cucuk-cucuk you, okay, Awan, what do you think about this? Siti, what do you think about this? Aisyah, what do you think about this? If you don't actively participate in the discussion, sorry lah, you won't get full mark. Okay, so always participate actively, play the assigned role effectively. So, siapa jadi chairperson, you have to play your role effectively. Siapa yang jadi team members, play your role effectively. His or her effort to make the meeting session a success is excellent. Okay, next one. Bawah apa ni, confidence is also your expression. So, expression here is mostly apa ni, not only you punya apa ni, intonation, but also your body language. You always display assertive self-expressions throughout the meeting. So, maksudnya apa? Ada good eye contact, suara apa ni, tak bergegar-gegar, tangan you elok, you tak main benda, you tak main tudung sahaja, good eye contact. Whenever somebody speaking, you look at that person. When somebody is addressing you, contohnya Kegol tanya Wan, Wan kena tengok kat Kegol. Okay, jangan tunduk tengok nota. No, that would show you are not assertive, you are not confident of yourself. Okay, so that's 5% out of 20 marks. So 20 marks adalah untuk confidence. Daripada 20 marks, kita ambil 5%. Yang content tadi dengan language, 80 marks. From 80 marks, I'm going to take 20% for your mock meeting assessment. Okay, so mock meeting assessment, it will be conducted in groups. However, marks will be awarded individually. Okay. Right, questions, guys? No saja. Okay. So, do yourself help yourself by going through all the notes in e-pembelajaran. Okay, tengok dekat weeks 10 until 11 mock meeting. Okay, tengok how meetings are conducted. Yes, they are boring, but force yourself. Because you bila tengok movies, you cari subtitle in Malay. So you do not listen actively in English. So this time around, don't do that. Kalau you nak subtitle pun, make sure it is in English. So this one, how to make a decision. Berapa minit? 3 minit 10 second je.
Thanks for coming, everyone. So we're here today to define the timeline for our new project.
Yes, Gian.
So if you tengok video ni, dia tak ada pictures yang bergerak, dia tak nampak orang bercakap. So I think this is using AI kot. Okay, but based on the voices, you will know that it's making a decision in a meeting. Yang ini participating actively in a meeting. Ini dua-dua ni sama. Okay, different people, different situations, but using the expressions. So, yang ni office meeting conversation in English, useful phrases for business meeting. Ini agak bosan. But dia tunjuk satu persatu.
Hi everybody, Andrew Smith here from We Speak Business, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some very common functions and phrases that you will often use good morning or a good afternoon.
Starting a meeting.
To then introduce the agenda.
Introducing agenda.
The key might want to at times stall
Stalling.
the discussion. To stall means to stop something from continuing for a limited period of time. It doesn't mean that we stop it completely. You can ask any questions that they may have
Closing the meeting.
about any to improve your business English vocabulary.
Okay. So, do yourself a favor. Pergilah dekat e-pembelajaran. Have a look at all the notes here. Okay, tengok instruction. Ni, rubrics evaluation form. Speaking exercise. Ada tak yang last year punya? Tak ada. Alah, nak tengok pun tak boleh. Sebab last year pula. Last semester punya. Mock meeting practice. Ni apa ni? Okay, it's a different group punya. Alright, in the meantime, nanti madam akan hantar satu latihan dekat our Telegram group. Okay, so kita ada berapa ramai ni? How many? Masih sama je. 3, 1, 2, 3, 12, 15. 15 orang saja daripada 22. So, 7 duk mari. Okay, so just wait for my further instruction regarding the mock meeting. Nanti madam hantar dekat our Telegram group. So, bila you hantar balik kat madam, yang itu madam akan ambil sebagai attendance. Okay, and siapa yang datang sekarang ni, madam record also. Maknanya siapa yang submit kerja tapi tak datang the meeting, the online meeting pun kira attendance tak ada lah today. Okay, so siapa yang ada sekarang ni, make sure you submit kerja. Only then madam record your attendance for today. Alright? Thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions, don't be shy and ask in our Telegram group. Okay, thank you very much. Tunggu Bye. Assalamualaikum.